former NBA scout, former coach, and basketball expert extraordinaire to assist in the broadcast tonight. Ivan, we've got two teams, 1 and 3. I don't know a whole lot about Edward Waters other than we played their women's team earlier this year. What can you tell us about them?
Well, Edward Waters has got a lot of new players. They have a new coach this year. He came from Voorhees and brought 3 transfers with him. And so they're a team that's still trying to figure out who they are together. I think the keys for them tonight will be to take good shots. Their shooting percentage is low, so their shot selection is going to be important. Avoiding turning the ball over, and then on the defensive end, using their quickness to pressure the defense, to pressure the ball when Flagler has it, and try to force some turnovers. For Flagler, on the other hand, I think their 3 keys of the game are sharing the ball. They've got a great assist-to-turnover ratio, and they need to continue to do that. They need to keep the ball in front of them defensively and try to avoid penetration to the goal. And then they need to exert some dominance on the board. Flagler's been out-rebounded by 5 rebounds a game coming in, but Edward Waters has been out-rebounded by 8 rebounds a game. So this is a night for the Saints to turn that around and hit the glass hard.
So we have 2 Division II teams. In particular, Flagler has played a very competitive schedule. Flagler's offense has been extremely successful. They're averaging over 90 points a game. So that hasn't been a problem. Defensively, as you pointed out, rebounding has been an issue and closing out games because 2 of their losses, they were in control, and the game kind of got away from them in the last 6-7 minutes or so. So they'll be looking to correct that. They're announcing lineups. I know the Flagler starters have been pretty consistent through the first 4 games. Tonight there's one change. Jalen Barr will be starting, and Jack Spocknight will be coming off the bench. Omar Figueroa starting, Malik Bryant, Tyler Collier, and Destin Clark are the other starters.
And Jalen Barr was a key player for the Saints a couple of years ago when they went to the Final Four. And then last year he suffered a devastating knee injury. So this is his first start after losing all of last season and rehabbing and working hard. It was one of those injuries where his knee was completely torn up and it could have been a career ender. But he's a tough competitor, and he's back here starting tonight.
For Edward Waters, they have number 11, Goliath Mitchell, starting. Number 3, Colin Edwards. Number 5, Deshaun Edwards. Number 4, Mark Henry. So here we go. Edward Waters has won the tip.
Flagler comes out man-to-man.
Good rebound by Tyler Collier. Fast down court, Malik. Malik at the top of the key, over to Omar Figueroa. Tyler Collier on the handoff to Malik. Rebound fought for. Edward Waters came up with it. Dish off to the wing. The 3 is missed. Up ahead to Destin Clark. To Jalen Barr. Layup. That was a nice fast break. They got the rebound out very quickly, Ivan, to Destin Clark, and he got it ahead in great spot for Jalen to finish it off.
And getting those easy baskets makes such a difference.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see tonight about your point on the rebounding. Tyler's a physical player. Destin's a physical player. Jalen Barr can outleap anybody on the court. We're so happy to see him back on the floor this year. As you pointed out, he missed the entire last year with that knee injury.
And Malik Bryant is as athletic as anyone on that team.
Omar Figueroa for 3. That's a great way to start his night. Nothing but net from the left corner. Flagler off to a quick 5-0 lead. Very good defense by Flagler. Shot clock down to 5 seconds. Rebound, Destin Clark. Here we go. Tyler backing down. Little right-handed hook shot. It's in. Nice move by Tyler. They seem more relaxed right now.
They do.
I've seen them.
They do. Basketball is a game of runs, and Flagler started off scoring 3 of their first 4 possessions.
Now, right off the bat, Edward Waters has taken 3 3-pointers, and I'm going to give the Flagler defense some credit for forcing them to the perimeter. As you pointed out, 3-point shooting is not one of their strong points so far this year.
And Flagler's held them to only 1 shot.
Okay, missed 3-pointer from Flagler. Down court. Very good defense by Jalen Barr. He kept his position and his verticality, and Edward Waters had to force the shot, and it went out of bounds. So Malik Bryant inbounding to Omar. Both teams playing man-to-man defense. Strong cut across the lane by Destin Clark. Omar hit him right in the right spot. He pump faked, got Edward Waters in the air, and got fouled in process of shooting. Coming to the line for 2 shots.
Making his way to the foul line for the Saints is number 15, Destin Clark. He'll shoot 2.
He makes the first one. Destin shooting 66% so far this year from the free throw line.
The coach is he's had a great 10 days in practice and in games, and he's really improving as a player.
Well, he's a solid addition to the Flagler team. Second one is missed. Edward Waters pulls down the rebound. Flagler doing a great job of staying on their feet with the inside pump fakes. Edward Waters had 2 offensive rebounds in that offensive session. Destin Clark shot. Edward Waters semi-block out of bounds. Flagler ball underneath. Malik entering. Out to Omar. 3, another one. Nothing but net. So you mentioned basketball can be a game of runs, Ivan, and all of a sudden Flagler's looking at an 11-0 lead. That's a great way to start the game. Again, another 3 from Edward Waters. The defense has just kept them on the perimeter, and they keep tossing them up. Oh. Another nice reverse move by Tyler Collier with that little right-hand teardrop hook. He's 2 for 2 from the field. 13-0 Flagler.
Edward Waters has shown some patience. They've shared the ball. Their shot selection has not been that bad. Just nothing's gone in for them yet.
Okay, we have a first time out here, and Ivan, you just said it, that Edward Waters has been fairly patient on offense. They just can't see that ball through the rim for the first basket, which not unusual when you're in a visiting gym. You want to get comfortable, get settled, but they've taken 9 shots, 10 shots so far. And a couple have rimmed out, but they haven't been able to see one go down.
The Flagler gym's not as hostile as an environment as it usually is because we just today ended classes for the Thanksgiving break, so most of the students have taken off or gone home. But some of the students have stuck around, and of course we have a lot of local fans that come at each game, and they're here as usual.
And of course, along with that, Flagler College did host the Jacksonville Classic, so we've just finished 2 days of mid-level, mid-major Division I men's basketball, so the entire Flagler supporting staff community is exhausted, okay, to put it mildly. But now this is an area that Blake spoke about. Flagler's clearly in control right now. Can they maintain it? Now we're early in the game. He's been speaking more about second half issues.
Edward Waters changes to a 2-3 zone.
Malik found the crease. Flagler inbounding from in front of the Edward Waters bench. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Well, if Edward Waters sticks with this zone, it's going to give Flagler an opportunity to maybe raise that three-point shooting percentage. That's not quite where Blake and Kip would like to see it. Now in for Flagler now is Kyle Young. He's giving Tyler Collier a break. Oh, good bounce pass to Jalen Barr. Blocked from behind. Edward Waters coming up court. Nice drive by 23, Jeremiah Quartang.
He came off the high pick and roll and just exploded and went right at the big man.
Omar Figueroa with a 3 off the back rim, rebounded by Edward Waters. Jump shot from the free throw line. Good shot.
Good by number 1, R.J. Nord.
R.J. Nord for Edward Waters. Kyle Young, rebound off a Destin Clark miss. Tried to get it underneath to JB. Out of bounds, Flagler ball on the baseline. So we have a couple of new players coming in. For Flagler, taking it out on the baseline is Mason Manning. And Spencer Bain is come in for Mason Manning right off the bench, Ivan, with a nothing but net three-pointer.
He got right in the seam of the defense.
Long range 3. Spencer Bain with the rebound. He pushes it up to Malik Bryant. Over on the wing. Shot by Manning. Off the rim. Ooh, I think they missed a double dribble there. Another pull-up. Nice little jump shot there by R.J. Nord. Flagler up by 10. We're just under the 13-minute mark of the first half. Kyle made a nice shot fake and went to get it underneath, and it was deflected and intercepted. Okay. Foul on number 15 over the back rebound. So it'll be Flagler's ball out of bounds. That was a good box out by Spencer Bain. So far, Edward Waters has committed 3 fouls. Flagler has none. Kyle Young with a long 3. Off the glass, rebounded by Edward Waters. R.J. Nord off the front of the rim. Flagler on the break, 3-on-2. Well, one thing so far, Edward Waters, by my count, they have deflected 6 passes. So they are very quick. They're very quick with their hands. So I think Flagler's going to make some adjustments in terms of how they're passing the ball. Turnover. Oh, nice layup by number 11, Goliath Mitchell, and he was fouled by Jack Spocknight, who just came into the game. Edward Waters double-teamed the ball, poked it away, and were able to get an uncontested layup down at the other end. So we're at the 12-minute mark, and the Saints' lead is down to 8 points. They started out with the 11-0 run, and this zone, Ivan, any comments on how Flagler's running their offense right now?
So far, Flagler's been trying to attack it with a high-low set. They haven't dribble penetrated and tried to get into the interior of that, and I don't know if that's because of the little trepidation about the Edward Waters' quickness. Edward Waters has a very good steals to foul ratio, which means they get their hands on a lot of balls without committing fouls. So it's a sign of quickness on their team, and maybe a bit of a sign of an aggression on defense for them. So maybe the zone is a good move for them. It's they've held Flagler scoreless the last 4 trips, while they've come down and scored 4 themselves and maybe 5 with this free throw.
Well, your point is well taken, because the Edward Waters defense already has accounted for at least 6, if not 7, deflected passes. And all of a sudden, Flagler on offense, I'm not going to say they're settling for threes. They're good looks, but we're not knocking them down. So in the game now is Boom Reeves, number 14. He's in there with Spencer Bain, Mason Manning, Omar Figueroa. Okay, well, Spencer Bain did what you were recommending, Ivan. He went into the crease, got to the rim, made a pass. It was deflected out of bounds off a Flagler player, so a turnover. Edward Waters bringing the ball up court, 16-9. Flagler ahead by 7.
Flagler stays in their man-to-man.
Solomon Campbell with a nice turnaround short jumper over Boom Reeves, and right down the other end of the court, Mason Manning from the top of the key hits another 3. So 19-11, Flagler up 8. Very strong drive by number 11. Edward Waters back, switch now to man-to-man. Flagler has a smaller lineup in there right now. Up, deflected again. Those quick hands you talked about, Ivan. And they go down court and get the layup. So all of a sudden, we've got a 4-point game, 19-15. 10 minutes left in the first half. Spencer Bain on the penetration. Missed the layup. Edward Waters, no mistake about it, they are ready in transition. They were down court in 3 seconds with the layup. 2-point game. Spencer Bain, long three off the back rim, rebounded by Jax. Nice reverse layup by Boom Reeves.
I think that's only the second offensive rebound for Flagler this half.
An area which you mentioned, Coach Sellen has been focused on this week in practice because it's been a weak point in the Flagler performance this year so far. Jax from the three, bang. Nice little step back on a feed from Boom Reeves out on the right wing. Flagler up 7, 24-17. 8.5 minutes left in the half. Flagler still in man-to-man. Good defense by Omar Figueroa. Ball went out of bounds. Flagler ball underneath. We have a few subs coming back in. Jalen Barr, Tyler Collier, Malik Bryant, Destin Clark. With basically the starting lineup, with the exception that Jack Spocknight will stay in at point guard. So, Ivan, we started out with an 11-0 run, and it looked like Flagler was just going to have their way, but I'm going to attribute part of it to Edward Waters being a little tight, but now all of a sudden we're in a 7-point game.
Edward Waters started off with great patience on offense, running some good sets and screening and passing, looking for each other. And they had some open looks, but they didn't knock them down. Where they've been successful in this little run is when they put it on the floor and driven at the goal. So it's kind of getting away from how they started the game, but it's been successful for them in this little stretch here.
I don't know what the count is on turnovers, but those pass deflections started to produce some easy transition baskets for Edward Waters. I would say that 6 or 8 of their points over the last 3 or 4 minutes are due to those turnovers. And the other thing that has struck me is, at least for right now, Flagler has run their offense through the high post. We haven't really had any deep post entries, but we've been playing a bigger lineup with having Tyler, JB, and Destin Clark in there. So I'm wondering if we'll see a change in that over the next 8 minutes or so. Okay, here we go. Jack Spocknight bringing the ball up over half court. Destin Clark inside, out to Tyler. Malik on the wing. Okay, there's that entry pass into Tyler. Oh, he missed. Jalen went down low. Jack's a good escape pass. Great look inside by Malik Bryant. And Destin Clark with a strong finish. So there we go with that interior entry we were just talking about. 26-17, Flagler up 9. Jump shot. Just above the free throw line, 2 points. That was a nice quick jump shot by Christian Ford for Edward Waters. Jalen Barr from the corner, offensive rebound. Inside to Destin. He was trying to feed Malik on the wing, but it got deflected. He was double teamed underneath there. Jack Spocknight inbounding on the baseline. Tyler out front to Jalen Barr. Up.
Stepped out of bounds.
Jack Sparknight just put his back foot on the drive, touched the line. Turnover. Edward Waters ball.
Edward Waters going back to its 1-4 high set.
And Flagler still in their man-to-man defense. Good switch. Long three.
That three-pointer's good by number 11, Goliath Mitchell for the Tigers.
That was Goliath Mitchell, number 11 for Edward Waters. Tyler Collier with the three off the back rim. And in the rebounding scuffle, foul on Jalen Barr. That's only Flagler's third foul, I believe. So it'll be Edward Waters' ball on the baseline.
They go to the high screen and roll. Gives him an inch for the drive, but he's met at the goal.
Good rebound by JB. Now that's more like it. You see him go up 34 inches. Oh, nice touch teardrop by Malik. It just rolled off the edge. Rebound went out of bounds. It'll be Flagler ball on the baseline. And back into the game comes Omar Figueroa, replacing Jack Sparknight. So we have the starting lineup back on the floor for Flagler. Inbound out deep to Jalen Barr at the top of the key. Edward Waters sagging off a little bit, almost begging us to take a three, which we did. Off the back rim, rebounded by Edward Waters to the corner. Beautiful teardrop from the middle of the lane by Larry Scott. And that closes it to a 2-point deficit with about 5.5 minutes left in the first half. 26-24 Flagler. Out front, Jalen Barr trying to get down the lane. Malik Bryant. Beautiful up and under shot by Malik. Made the hoop and was fouled.
And he was fouled by number 0, Christian Ford. Malik steps to the foul line for the Saints. He'll shoot 2.
It's almost like Flagler really, they're being patient. But Edward Waters is letting them take threes. They're not hitting, so it's kind of working to Edward Waters' advantage. I was happy to see Malik penetrate like that. He makes the free throw, so Flagler up 5, 29-24. 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Long three, misses, air ball out of bounds, Flagler ball.
Sometimes players fall in love with their jump shot, and it's a case of mistaken love.
Yeah. Okay, a little over 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Flagler up 5. Let's see what happens on this.
And they're back in the zone.
Destin Clark tried to penetrate from the baseline, and those quick hands of Edward Waters, they deflected the ball out. Flagler tried to get the ball back, and Edward Waters got an easy layup in transition. There's Malik with a 3-ball. And in the process of the rebounding, foul underneath.
I think that the ball hit that wire.
Okay.
That lifts the baskets.
No foul.
No foul.
Okay, Destin and JB double team. They got the steal, but unfortunately down at the other end, Destin Clark got called for the offensive foul on his. He tried to pull up and just do a teardrop, but his momentum going forward took him right into the Edward Waters defensive player, and he got called for the offensive foul. So here we are, 3 minutes, 44 seconds left in the first half, and the Saints are up 3, 29-26. The fouls, Edward Waters has committed 4 team fouls, Flagler 3, and I don't know, it's a closer game than I think we expected, Ivan. Any observations on the last couple of minutes up and down court here?
Well, Edward Waters has done a great job of running the floor, getting a rebound, getting a turnover, and running the floor, getting an easy basket. And that lifts your team's confidence. You play a little better defense when you're down at the other end. And Flagler struggled a little bit offensively, which is uncharacteristic for them.
Well, Edward Waters, since that initial 11-0 run by Flagler, they've been shooting pretty well, because right now they are 44% from the field. So when you consider they were 0 for 7 to begin the game, they're shooting like 65, 70% since then. On the other hand, Flagler's shooting 42% from the floor and 33% from the 3. So all things equal, Edward Waters, to your point, with the turnovers, etc., has gotten back into this game. Layup missed by Edward Waters. JB up quick to Omar. He gets in the middle. Reach-in foul on number 1, RJ Nord. So this will be inbounded on the baseline. That's only the 15th foul on Edward Waters. Spencer Bain back into the game. And Destin Clark is going to take a break. I think he got banged up in there on the ensuing scramble for the ball. All right, Tyler Collier. Entry pass to JB. Double teamed. Out to the three-point line. Tyler with the 3. Now that's a great look. And that's the kind of 3-ball attempt that you want to see, where it goes from inside out, and the player out in the 3 has got plenty of time to measure it. And he all net. Another steal, up court to Omar. He stops for the 3. Bang! Okay, all of a sudden, a quick 6-point burst, and with 2.5 minutes left in the half, Flagler's up 9 points.
You know, Omar's a tough kid. Just the other night at the Lynn game, he got his chin hurt, and he was in the hospital until 4 a.m. getting himself repaired before he could come back to campus.
Well, I'm glad to see that it was nothing serious, that he was able to come and start the game tonight. That was a long 3 off the rim, rebounded by Flagler. So Malik inbounding to Spencer Bain from the baseline. 9-point lead for Flagler. Inside to JB. Across court to Omar. In and out. Oh, that ball was halfway down. It just didn't want to stay down. Edward Waters definitely not settling for that outside shot anymore. They're penetrating and then dishing. Offensive rebound. Spencer Bain takes the next missed shot to the corner. Malik out to Omar. Spencer Bain sets up the offense again. Fortunately, all right. Omar, I think that's his fourth three of the first half. Again, nothing but net. And Flagler all of a sudden is up 12 points with just over a minute. Okay. Foul in the middle on Malik Bryant. And I think they're calling it a non-shooting foul. So Edward Waters will be taking the ball out of bounds underneath their basket. So Omar, as I said, he's 4 for 7, Ivan, from the three-point land. Certainly a great percentage, over 50%.
Edward Waters calls their play to bring the ball in bounds.
Oh, good strip by Spencer. And another strip. Malik comes away with it. 3-on-2 down court. Out to Mason Manning. Just short. Rebounded. Edward Waters back up the court. Twisting move inside. Spencer called for the foul. So number 1, R.J. Nord going to the line. These will be his first free throws of the game. He has 5 rebounds and 4 points so far. We've got 43 seconds left in the half. And R.J. taking the first of his 2 free throws. First one is good.
Now, Coach, if you're Flagler, do you go with 2 for 1 here, or do you just hold it and try to get the best shot you can?
Well, I think at this point, if they come down and Edward Waters gives them that look from the 3, they ought to look at it. Otherwise, I'd like to see them end with something solid inside. Maybe they can get a 3-point play. And Omar again, he is red hot. So that was a combination. Omar penetrated all the way. He wanted layup. They wouldn't let him. He threw it out to the high wing. He went to the corner, got it back, and hit a 3. So we both got our...
Edward Waters can hold for the last shot.
Oh, good steal by Mason Manning. 8 seconds left. JB into the Omar in the middle. Unfortunately, it was kind of a tough pass to handle. JB shoveled it quickly, and it was right at the midsection, so it's a hard ball to control. Edward Waters got it, came down court, but the 3-point shot that went in was after the horn sounded. So we end the first half with Flagler ahead 41-28, 13-point lead. And we can take a look quickly at some of the first half stats. And I think what the first thing we're going to see is Flagler 9 for 21, Ivan, from the 3-point line. So that's 43%, which is more in line of where they shot last year. Overall, Flagler was 47% from the field. Obviously a great shooting percentage. They were 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 67%, and they had 22 rebounds. On the other side, Edward Waters only 1 for 10 from the 3-point line. So clearly you can attribute the 13-point lead to better shooting from 3-point land. Edward Waters did shoot 39% from the field. They were 3 of 3 from the field, from the free throw line, and they had 15 rebounds. So to your point at the beginning of the game, we have 22, they have 15. that's what Blake wants.
Yeah. Being an old coach, I track offensive efficiency, and the goal on offense is to score more than 1 point per possession. And defensively, you want to hold your opponents to less than 1 point. So the first half numbers, Flagler is a 1.14, which is just where you want to be, and Edward Waters is a .78. So Flagler is right on pace for what they want to do, and that combination will lead to success. And if we looked at what Edward Waters did down the stretch, they did not score on 7 of their last 8 possessions. So great stops from Flagler, which they were able to convert into 3 threes and really break this game open.
And I look at what you just said in terms of their last 7 possessions, and Edward Waters was still patient, but they stopped settling for the 3, and they were penetrating. But Flagler has made an adjustment inside, and they've been able to wall them up where they have been tied up, and if they've tried to make a shot, it's become very acrobatic, high level of difficulty, and they're not getting those balls in. I will say, and I don't have that statistic right in front of me, Edward Waters seemed to be getting some offensive rebounds, but they weren't able to capitalize and get them back into scoring. But on the other end of the court, when you talk about the efficiency, with shooting over 40% from the 3, that obviously helps to get that efficiency number over the 1.0 mark.
It sure does.
And what did you say they ended up with?
1.14.
Okay, so that kind of gives us a picture of how Flagler got to 13 points ahead, 41-28. So over the first 20 minutes, Flagler puts 41 points on the board. That's pretty much within their range. They've been averaging, I think I said, 90 points a game. So they're on track to do that right now. And let's say they were to hold the Tigers, the Edward Waters Tigers, to 28, 32 points in the second half, they would keep them at the 60-point level.
Yeah.
Certainly putting Flagler in control to win the game comfortably.
It seemed like defensively for a while, Edward Waters was playing a soft man-to-man and giving Flagler the 3 and trying to cut off the drive. But then Flagler hit 4 threes down the stretch, and so now what can we expect? Edward Waters to put pressure on the ball, which is going to open the game up inside for Tyler.
Exactly, and I'm going to be interested to see on offense how the Flagler inside game works in the second half, because one thing that our viewing audience probably saw is that when the ball was entered down low, Edward Waters was double teaming immediately and making it difficult for our post players to make their moves. Fortunately, they had the wherewithal when they saw that they didn't have a good shot. They didn't force the shot. They shot it out to the wing. And if that wasn't open, we made that one more pass that a coach likes to see to the open perimeter. And all of a sudden, as you just mentioned, Flagler had 4 straight threes and opened the game right back up.
Edward Waters is going to need to find some additional scores for him. Number 11, Mitchell, averages 12 points a game, and at the half, he already has 12. So he can't carry the load by himself. That's 12 out of 28 points. He's going to need some assistance. So,
yeah, the rest of the, to your point, the rest of the Edward Waters lineup, we had R.J. Nord, who early on showed us a really great elbow jump shot. He made 2 in a row, but he only ended up with 6 points in the first half. And so that's between he and Mitchell at 18. The rest of their points are scattered over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players with 2 points. So your analysis is well taken that some other people are going to have to pick up the slack here. On the Flagler side of things, to recap the scoring there, obviously Omar with shooting 5 for 8, which is over 60% from the three-point land. He's got 15 points. Tyler Collier, a very efficient 7 points. He was 3 of 4 from the field. 2 nice-looking interior right-hand hook shots. Then Destin Clark has 3 points. He was 1 for 4, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Mason Manning, who was 2 for 4, all his shots were from the 3, so he's shooting 50% from the 3. He had 6 points. Malik Bryant, Jack Sparknight, and Destin Clark, all with 3, made up the rest of the scoring for 41 points. So here we stand, Flagler shooting 47% from the field, 43% from the three-point land, and that's the reason why we're up 13 points. So the score right now, 41-28. We're going to take a break here. There's 7.5 minutes to go before the second half starts, and we'll be back with you in a few minutes. Okay, Flagler basketball fans, we are back online here, and we will be beginning the second half in about 5 seconds. It will be Flagler ball at half court, and as we pointed out, Flagler ended the half with a 13-point lead, 41-28. Clearly, their three-point shooting was superior to Edward Waters. They 42% to 10%. One of the first half stats, and I'm going to let Ivan talk about it, was turnovers. But here's the inbound, Omar to Malik Bryant, and we have the same starting lineup that we began the game with.
And Edward Waters starts in the 2-3 zone. Flagler's looking to penetrate with the pass.
Nice pass from Destin Clark, who was up at the elbow. He got it inside to Tyler, but they slapped it out of bounds on him. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Destin backs his man down. Good double team. Shot clock violation. Again, we were talking at halftime. One of the things that became apparent during the first half is that when we did get the ball down low, Edward Waters so quick to double team and made it difficult for us to get that inside scoring.
And not just the score, but to be able to pass out of the double team.
Exactly. Tyler from the three. So I'm going to give a great assist to Malik. He did not over-penetrate. He reversed and gave Tyler that same look that Tyler had when he made his first three in the first half. Nothing but net. Flagler up 16 now, 44-28. And all of a sudden, we're beginning the second half the way we began the first half. Edward Waters settling for threes. Flagler trying to get inside. And they're giving us the three. And Destin Clark passed out the perimeter to Malik Bryant. Another three ball. And quickly, we have a 47-28, 19-point lead 2 minutes into the second half. Great anticipation by Jalen Barr. Edward Waters had to pass the ball out deep. It almost went into the backcourt. The Edward Waters player saved it to a teammate, but Jalen was nose to numbers all the way, and he intercepted the pass, went in and got fouled on the layup. Love that intensity, Ivan.
Jalen's their glue guy. He's the toughest defender they've got. Still recovering from that knee injury. I think if he'd been in that situation before the injury, he would have dunked that ball.
No question. But it's great to see him out here. What did we say?
Oh, absolutely.
He played 13 minutes, was it, in the first
half?
And the whole goal is to get him ready to be able to go 100% come January when the conference schedule begins. Flagler in a tight man-to-man. Foul on Tyler Collier. He played good defense, but he was just a little too aggressive in forcing his man off the baseline. Edward Waters penetrating.
Now it looks like Flagler's the team that's playing a little softer on the perimeter, trying to encourage Edward Waters to take those three-point shots that have not been dropping for them and to put them in a good position to cut off the drivers when they put it on the floor and try to get to the rim.
Making his way to the foul Deshaun Edwards. He'll shoot 2.
So Deshaun Edwards at the line for Edward Waters. 2 shots. First one no good. Deshaun did not score in the first half. He misses the second one, so no damage there. Malik quickly up court to the corner to Omar. 3-point shot didn't go in. Rebound Tyler. Good effort. Over to JB in the wing. Back to Tyler. Back to Malik, I'm sorry. He looks at the 3. And he nails it. Nothing but net. Oh, that's going to foster a timeout from Edward Waters as Flagler has expanded their lead to 22 points, 50-28, mostly due, Ivan, to a flurry of 3-point hits in the second half.
Coach Huff for Edward Waters is trying to find an answer.
Well, as you mentioned, they ended the first half with 7 possessions that they did not score, and that was over a time period of 4 minutes and 17 seconds. So I'm going to give the Flagler defense credit for keeping them off balance, and that was a great way to finish the half and get that lead.
And they haven't scored this half. And Flagler's hit 3 threes to really open the game up.
So we are starting the second half the same way we began the first half.
That's true.
We started 11-0. Now we're on a 9-0 swing. And we expanded the 13-point lead to 22 points. So it's going to be Edward Waters' ball out of bounds, and it looks like Flagler's going to exert some full court pressure here.
Flagler with a quick trap on the inbound pass.
Okay, quick foul call on Malik. A little too aggressive with the hands.
Flagler looks like they're staying with that trapping defense.
Okay. So there's the first turnover in the second half here due to the pressure. Flagler on the baseline bringing in, long pass out to half court to JB. Malik running the offense right now. He drives the left lane, sends it out to Omar at the wing. He goes into the middle, feeds. Oh, good pass to Tyler Collier, who got fouled as he attempted to lay it in. Oh, I like that sequence, Ivan, because they had 2 opportunities. If they wanted to jack a 3 up, they could. But they opted to go the passing one more pass route, and Tyler had a very good look. Tyler misses the first one. Tyler has 10 points, 4 or 5 for the game, makes the second one. So he's now in double figures with 11 points. Malik meeting Edward Waters' defender at half court. Edward Waters says, okay, time for us to get into the 3-point column. And number 13, Tespa, hit one from the right wing. Okay, so we're back in a zone 2-3 now. Destin Clark penetrates. Beautiful turnaround jumper. Ivan, he just muscled his way in there.
He just overpowered his way to the rim.
So Nespa comes back down court, and he said, all right, you make a 3, I'll make a 3. You make an inside basket, I'm going to come in. He did a nice 360 whirl and laid it in. Inside to Destin, back out to Omar. nothing but net. Another three for Omar Figueroa, 56-33 Flagler. Oh my goodness.
Basket is good by Debbie Tesfa.
Nespa penetrated, and we tried to get there quickly. We did, but not in time. And as he was bumped off, he threw the ball up and in, and he's going to have an opportunity for a three-point play, Ivan. You can't put that on the play chart.
Noah Bailey Group, proud sponsor of Flagler College Athletics. Northeast Florida Regional Airport, the smart choice for all your air travel needs.
So we're in a timeout here, and
Grilling and chilling.
we look at where Flagler is right now. They are 13 of 26, Ivan, from the three-point line. So 50%. You can't ask for any better efficiency than that. Which, when I look at how many shots they've taken, 39, it means that they've made 5 of 13 that were not three-pointers. So respectable, but not where someone would say that they're being really efficient with the inside game.
Right.
But you have to take what the defense gives you. And if they're going to continually double and triple team inside, and we have good three-point shooters, then you take them. So we're back on court here. And
I said earlier that Edward Waters needed somebody to help Mitchell out with scoring. Well, apparently Tesla stood up and said, I'll help, because this will be his 7th point if this goes in, of this half. The free throw is good, make it his 8th point of this half.
Destin inside. He went to do the reverse. They stripped him. Edward Waters has it straight to the rim, and RJ Nord went underneath, tried to make a reverse layup, couldn't finish it off. The ball went out of bounds.
He took a difficult shot and made it an impossible shot.
Exactly. He had a straight line uncontested. Probably would have got fouled if he had just tried to lay it in normal instead of avoiding contact and making an acrobatic shot. Okay, in for Flagler now. Mason Manning, Omar Figueroa, Malik Bryant, Jalen Barr, and a pass into Kyle. Now that's a tough pass to handle mid-waist. That off Kyle's hand, I'm not going to fault him on that one. So, as I said, Kyle Young back in the game for Tyler. Omar still in there. Mason Manning now covering Tesla, who's been doing all the scoring. Good D. Oh, nice block by Kyle Young. Up court to Mason Manning, underneath to Omar. Over to Kyle, out front. Again, the quick hands of Edward Waters' defense. Malik had it wide open inside, opted not to take that shot. Took the three instead, but that was a shot clock violation.
Flagler's choosing not to screen the zone, which could open up some players for mid-range jump shots.
Well, I thought that Malik was just above the PBC lettering there, and I guess he didn't like the look of it. And but he ended up taking a three. Of course, the shot clock was going down. Oh, what a strong move by Malik. He went coast to coast. Edward Waters made a valiant effort to strip him, but Malik is an exceptional player going to the hoop. Another block by Kyle Young underneath. One thing that I will mention about Kyle Young in that Embry-Riddle game, which was one of the best basketball games that I've seen in a while, Ivan, here, and you've seen many, many more, is Kyle's discipline going after block shots, that he uses his height and wingspan and doesn't overdo it and get himself into foul trouble. Good defense by Mason Manning. Contested shot from the wing. Malik with the rebound. Ahead to Spencer Bain. Out to Young. Back to Malik. Wide open three. Air ball. Rebounded by Edward Waters. Stolen by Malik. To the corner. Omar, bang. Yeah.
Omar catch and shoot in rhythm.
Now that was impressive. And in rhythm is the key. You're right. Nice defense. Now that's what I like to see. Omar's man drove him to the hoop inside. Mason Manning followed it and came in when the hesitation move came and tied him up for a jump ball. Edward Waters ball underneath. Jump shot from the wing. No good. Rebound, Kyle Young. Well, here we stand, 12 and a half minutes left in the half. And Flagler clearly in control. Missed three by Mason Manning. Back down court. 61-36, 25-point lead. 12 minutes left in the second half. Jump shot off the front rim. Mason Manning rebound. Brings it up. Malik at the point, passes back over to Mason Manning. Ferocious defense by number 3, but he undercut Mason. That's the third team foul for Edward Waters. And we have a timeout here.
Edward Waters had success in the first half by getting stops, getting rebounds, getting deflections, and running the fast break. But it's hard to get the fast break going when you're taking the ball out of the net. With Flagler shooting as well as they have, that's put the brakes on the Edward Waters fast break.
Exactly. And all of a sudden, what worked for them toward the middle of the first half, that 12-minute period where their helter-skelter play, deflections work for them. Now all of a sudden they're not getting any production. Flagler's a little more disciplined, and it's not in rhythm anymore. They're not getting good looks at the rim, and so they're not scoring. They've only scored, so we're almost halfway through the second half, and they've only scored 8 points. So you're not going to put a scare into Flagler with that kind of production. And
what can happen to a team if you get down like this and the players start thinking that they have to do it by themselves, and they'll go one-on-one instead of trusting the teammates with a pass or a screen, and you end up taking bad shots, which lead to fast breaks, which just makes the problems worse for you.
So Spencer Bain right off the inbound three-point play. That's a foul. So he was open. I can understand that, but I guess in the world of, listen, right now with a 25-point lead, seemingly the game is in control. We're early in the year. We've only played 4 games. I'd like to see a little more ball movement.
Yeah. Well, that out-of-bounds play seemed like it was run for Spencer, and he got a clean look, and that's his specialty, is the set three-pointer. That would just miss the mark.
Okay, at the line for Edward Waters, Nebi Tesfa, who we pointed out already has 7 points, 9 points this half, make it 10. So he's been their
He has
go-to
all
guy.
the points. Yeah.
That's he scored all 10 points.
He has all of Edward Waters' points this half.
Incredible. All right, Flagler working in the front court. Another deflected pass. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone keeping a statistic there, but I think Edward Waters, no question, one of the quickest teams we've seen. They've deflected more passes than any team I've seen so far. Spencer inside to Kyle. Good move, up and under. That's what I was referring to. He stayed very disciplined and made 2 strong pump fakes before going up to finish the playoff. I mean, when you get to the Peach Belt, that's what you're going to have to do. Oh, Malik. Okay. Malik saw the window and streaked in and finished it off with a 2-hand dunk. So, no complaints there.
Good by number 3, Caleb Edwards for the Tigers.
Edwards with a 2-point jump shot for Edward Waters. Omar a little tied up. Inside to Malik. Oh, beautiful spin move. So I'm gonna credit Kyle Young with a great assist there.
Yeah, we have the big man passing it inside to the little man.
And it was a mismatch. Okay, jump shot by Khalid Edwards. And Omar reached in a little too far, got called for the foul. He's at the free throw line for 2 shots. Makes the first. So Flagler's committed 6 fouls so far, team fouls this half. So Edward Waters will be in the one-on-one shooting penalty from here on in through the last 10.5 minutes of the half. Edward Waters has only committed 3 fouls, so he misses the second shot. Kyle with the rebound, up ahead to Jalen Barr, and he settles things down. And let's see what Flagler runs here. Mason Manning back in the game. Omar taking a break on the bench. Daring Jalen Barr to take a 3, but he opted to try to pass it inside. And that's going to be a goaltend. Jalen came down and blocked it, but it had already hit the backboard. Oh, Mason Manning bringing the ball up over the half court. Nice cut. Back out to Kyle Young. Jack Spocknight penetrates, dishes to the wing. And Jalen Barr with the 3 points. So talking about getting comfortable, Ivan, that's going to make him feel a lot better. And to his credit, Jalen's been very disciplined with his offense. He hasn't forced it one bit.
Layup is good by R.J. Nord for the Tigers.
Jalen's an experienced veteran player. What he's trying to figure out now is what his body can do and what it can't do.
There you go. R.J. Nord with a nice drive along the baseline. 2 points for Edward Waters. And then Spencer Bain says, give me a bounce pass. I'll go baseline and lay it in. Jump shot. Nice rebound by Kyle Young. Spencer Bain pushing it up court. On the wing to Jax. Bang. I mean, it's raining threes now. 30-point lead. 8.5 minutes left in the second half.
Flagler scored 6 of the last 7 times that it's had the ball.
I'm going to say your efficiency factor is going to go up considerably when you recompute that. Flagler now 16 for 33 from three-point land. Omar's on the bench. He's got 7 of them. He's 7 for 11. Tyler's 2 for 3. Jalen Barr 1 for 2. Malik Bryant 2 of 5. Jax Parknight 2 for 2. Mason Manning 2 of 5. And there's your 16 threes. Good seal by Tyler on the help.
And that three-pointer's good.
And a three-pointer from number 15, Amari Floyd from the right corner, right in front of the Edward Waters bench. Nice 3-ball. Tyler Collier outside at the high post. Jax Bachnight 3, no good. Rebounded Edward Waters up the half court to the middle on the break and a foul. That was a pretty efficient transition, Ivan.
It was.
Edward Waters.
Timeout on the court. Recognizing more sponsors, Holiday Inn Express, Flagler College Athletics official hotel.
So we have a timeout here. 7.5 minutes left in the second half. A comfortable 27-point lead for Flagler, fueled by what you just called a flurry of threes. So it'll be interesting to see how much deeper into the second half that we'll employ our start. Well, we don't have all our starters in, but maybe we'll see some of the lesser-known Flagler players down the stretch get a chance to see what they can do.
Fans love to see the players at the end of the bench get in the game.
Absolutely.
They always cheer for them if they happen to score. The place erupts, and it's a great memory for the student athlete, and it's fun for the guys on the bench because those people make the team better in practice. They make the starters work hard. They bang them. They grab them, they hold them, they get them ready for a physical game. And so it's nice to see them get rewarded.
Well, I see you've got your coaching hat on there because that's exactly what's happening here. So right now in the rebounding battle that Blake mentioned to you early in the game, Flagler's got 34 rebounds, Edward Waters 25. And so that's a point of emphasis that Blake will be happy to see. Missed free throw. Tyler Collier back in the game for Kyle Young. Jax running the point. Spencer Bain at a wing. Destin Clark back in at the 4. He takes a shot from the corner. Misses. Edward Waters up the court quickly. To the rim. And good defense by Jax. He did not reach in, made it difficult. The shot was missed. And a little miscommunication. Oh, my goodness. A little miscommunication between Jalen Barr and Tyler, and it was a turnover, but Jalen just came down, and I haven't seen him go that high, and blocked the shot. Unfortunately, there was another Edward Waters player there to finish it off and put it in. Another deflection out of bounds.
A technical foul?
Technical foul on, I believe it's on 23. I know there was something going on between Destin Clark.
They're not shooting any free throws, so it must have
Okay.
been a double technical foul.
That's exactly what happened. JB down the baseline, knocked out of bounds. So into the game for Flagler, Jack Carter, number 33. He's in for Destin. So let's see what Jack has to offer. Jalen
forced to take an off-balance jumper because the shot clock was about to expire.
Exactly. All right, so let's reset the lineup here. Omar Figueroa at the point. Malik Bryant, Jack Carter at the wings. Tyler Collier at high post. Jalen Barr on the baseline right now. Edward Waters with the ball. Jump shot, 2-point shot, missed. Jack Carter with the rebound.
Defensively, Flagler's going underneath the screens to take away the drive and to encourage Edward Waters to keep shooting from the perimeter.
Omar, we were looking for another one. That went off the side rim. Edward Waters back up court. Another long three. Rebound Malik. Pressure from Edward Waters. He dribbles out of it. Up court to Jack Carter. Takes it to the rim and lays it in. A strong move along the baseline. And as you said, Ivan, the crowd really
Everybody
got
cheers.
Yeah. Nice drive by
number 1, R.J. Gord.
R.J. Gord, who, as we mentioned earlier, came out hot with 2 jumpers. We haven't heard much from him lately. He made a great drive, laid it in. Out front to Tyler. Malik penetrating. We were about to see maybe JB's first dunk, but he was fouled on the way up. Nice feed from Malik. Good to see that chemistry back in operation, right, Ivan?
Absolutely. Yeah, Flagler looks like they want to run a little clock offensively because they brought everybody high with the free throw line and above and with some cuts. And then Jalen was able to sneak in back door and went up to tomahawk, but he got fouled.
Okay, nice rhythmic free throw there for Jalen. So he's now 1 for 3 from the free throw line. Let's see if he can make the second one. Right through, that's his 7th point of the game. Flagler now leading 79-52, 27-point lead. Coach Blake taking JB out of the game. He's had a fair amount of minutes, probably a good thing. Good take to the hole, couldn't finish it. Omar bringing it over half court, up to Jack Carter. Great hustle. Edward Waters launches a 3, rebounded by Tyler. And we had a flurry of up and down activity here. Things were a little bit out of sync. Malik on the wing looking for an entry pass to Tyler Collier, who was working really hard. It was definitely a mismatch. So if there's such a thing as an assist in creating a foul, I'm going to give it to Jalen because he was not going to let Tyler go for naught with all that effort he put into posting up. I think we have
I think Flagler got lucky. There was almost a 5-second violation.
Right.
But an Edward Waters player held one of our players cutting, and they called the foul.
Okay. foul on Nebi Tesfa. That's his second. And that's the 7th Edward Waters team foul. So Jack Carter will go to the line for 1-1. Get a chance to add to his scoring totals. Back rims it a little bit. Edward Waters rebound, pressing it up court. Didn't finish it, gets his own rebound.
Rebound and basket is good by 33, Samuel Bassat.
Omar took an inadvertent hand to the face, so I think he's going to have to come out of the game. Spencer Bain in. So that was Sam Vessett that came down on the drive, got his own rebound and put it in. Nice move from the Edward Waters guard. Malik Bryant penetrating, right hand layup, misses off the glass. Boom Reeves with the offensive rebound and lays it in. Great effort to stay with that.
And there's a nice three-pointer by number 11, Goliath Mitchell.
So Goliath Mitchell hit that nice three from out front. We've got a timeout here with a little over 3 minutes left, 81-57. And
Malik Bryant was limping over to the Flagler bench. Don't know if he twisted an ankle or if he's
is it a leg cramp
got a cramp.
So with the, we'll go down the point totals here for a quick minute for the Edward Water Tigers. That last basket scored by Mitchell. He now has 17 for the game. RJ Nord 10 and Nebi Tesfa 10 points. So they're leading Edward Waters. For Flagler, leading scorer still Omar Figueroa. All his points coming off the 7 3-pointers, 21 points. Malik Bryant, 6 for 13, 2 of 5 from the 3. He's got 15 points. And then Tyler Collier, 4 of 5 from the floor. He has 11. And then we have a number of players at 5, 7, 6, 6, and 4 spread out. Boom Reeves, Jalen Barr, Destin Clark, and Jack's Booknight. So 81-57, a little over 3 minutes left as we finish out tonight's basketball game. So Jack's Booknight, we're in a zone. Looks like a 2-1-2 zone, back to a 2-3. Inside to Boom Reeves. He gets inside to Jack Carter. And it goes down court on the turnover. So Mitchell adds to his point total. He's now got 19. And it looked like at first that was going to be a great offensive play for Flagler, but the pass was a little off target, as that one was. So the ball's going to go back to Edward Waters on the turnover. And they bring it back up court. So Flagler still in the man-to-man. Back rim, Spencer Bain with the rebound. Errant pass to Jack's Booknight. All of a sudden, Ivan,
that's 3 straight turnovers for the Saints.
A little sloppy. Nice.
Layup is good by number 11, Goliath Mitchell.
So Goliath Mitchell, another nice reverse layup on the turnover. He now has 21 for Edward Waters. Spencer Bain to Mason Manning in the corner. Quick three. That's off the back rim. Up ahead, layup.
Layup is good by R.J.
For R.J. Nord. So he's now got 12 points. The lead 81-63 down to 18. And as Coach Ivan just pointed out, we've had like 4 turnovers in a row here, so we're getting a little sloppy.
Well, Flagler doesn't need any more points. They just want the clock to use as much as the shot clock as they can.
Another little turnover. Edward Waters up court. Goliath Mitchell with another layup. Okay, well, there we go. Mason Manning just went coast to coast. He said, enough of the passing. We don't need any more turnovers. I'm going to do it myself, and lays it in.
As Sonny Smith used to say, the coach Sonny Smith said, shoot it quick before you turn it over.
Good coaching, Ivan. Well, certainly this is a good game for Flagler to get some of their confidence back.
Absolutely.
They pretty much controlled most of the contest.
And I think they've done what they wanted to do. They shot the ball well. They've rebounded well. And they've tightened up defensively.
Mason Manning with the three, back rim. Rebounded by one of our newer players, Corey O'Hare, number 40. Corey's from Tampa, Florida, in his freshman year here at Flagler.
Fouls on number 25, Cam Nell.
Flagler came into the game giving up 95 points a game. So this is going to be a defensive effort that will make the coaches happy and hopefully make the players happy as well as they go home for Thanksgiving.
Exactly. Also in for Flagler here in the last minute, 25, Cam Nell. He's from Charleston, South Carolina, 6'5", forward, a freshman. So he's getting some exposure. Second free throw good. Flagler comes up court, 15 seconds left. Out to Cam. Back out front to Spencer Bain. Inside, drop pass for Corey. Didn't quite get there. And Edward Waters finishes the game with a layup. Final score, Flagler 83, Edward Waters 70, and it's as Coach Ivan just pointed out that the coaching staff for Flagler is going to be pretty satisfied that the goals they set before the game in terms of rebounding, defense, taking care of the ball that were accomplished, and so they can go into their next game with a little boost to that confidence. And I thought it was even though we had a flurry of threes, I thought the ball movement, Ivan, in the second half was better. That Flagler moved the ball around, and as you said, they weren't really trying to score. They were trying to do just that, get some good ball movement, and then maybe take a shot. They were not trying to embarrass Edward Waters by running up 100 points. So.
But you look at all those things considered, Flagler's patience, Flagler's sharing the ball, they still ended up with 83 points.
Exactly.
Which on most nights, that's enough to win the game. So I'm waiting for the
game-ending stats to be compiled, but in terms of the rebounding that you spoke about earlier, Flagler ended up with 43 rebounds. Edward Waters had 31, so they had a clear rebounding advantage. And then from an offensive side of the ball, Edward Waters took 67 shots. They shot a respectable 43%. A lot of those, not a lot, but I'm going to say the last 13, 14 points, our defense kind of let up and let them go. But nonetheless, a good shooting percentage. Flagler, on the other hand, shot 50% from the floor, 42% from the three, which the coaching staff has to be very pleased with, because that lines up more with what they were able to do last year. And so that's a great sign going forward. From the free throw line, Flagler only took 10 free throws. They made 5 of them for 50%. Edward Waters took 13 free throws. They made 8 for 61%. So neither one of those two factors influenced the game that dramatically. And overall, the other thing that you and I were hoping is that we'd get to see a few of the younger players. And mission accomplished, which we did. I'm sure that Corey O'Hare and Cam Nell and Jack Carter were happy to get their names on the scoreboard. So, all in all, for Ivan and myself, Joe Harding, we're happy that you were able to tune in and watch Flagler's victory. Again, the final score from Flagler Gymnasium, Clark Family Court, is Flagler 83, Edward Waters 70. And Ivan, do you have anything that you want to add in closing?
Well, the Flagler moves to 2-3 on the season now, and Edward Waters drops to 1-4. Flagler now's got a few days off. They can go home for Thanksgiving, then they come back, and the players start getting ready for final exams. But the next game will be at home on November 29th against Payne College at 7 o'clock.
Okay, and I'm going to put a little plug in for our women's Lady Saints. Their record currently at 2-2. They will be heading down to Daytona Beach to Embry-Riddle College University for the Thanksgiving Classic. So on Friday, the Lady Saints will be playing Embry-Riddle. And then on Saturday, we will be playing another member of the Sunshine State Conference, Florida Tech. So they're ready to go. They've played a very difficult schedule early on. Rollins, Anderson, Virginia Wise, two teams who beat them last year. They've turned around and defeated them this year. So they're also hoping that Sherelle McCormick, who unfortunately injured her ankle 2 games ago, may be coming back into the lineup. We're going to make sure that we don't overdo it, but that's a possibility. But in the end, we will be at the Thanksgiving Classic at Embry-Riddle. So
Coach, what are you doing with the team for Thanksgiving? Are you having all the team getting together for Thanksgiving, or what are the plans?
We're actually practicing tomorrow at 8:30, and then they're going to be able to go home. Those that live close enough have Thanksgiving dinner there. Those that aren't are getting invited to coaches' homes, etc. And then we will meet back here. They'll be coming in late Thanksgiving night. We have a shoot-around planned for Friday morning, and then we will be heading down to Jacksonville, down to Daytona Beach for the game Friday afternoon. So
it's one of the hard things of the sport of basketball. As much as we love it, it always interferes with Thanksgiving plans and with Christmas plans, because there's always tournaments, there's always games, there's always practices, and you have to have a sympathetic spouse to put up with that for all the years you've been coaching.
Well, I know from their end, they are looking forward to this Classic because, again, 2 teams. Let's see, Florida Tech last year we split with. Embry-Riddle we also split with, very close games. So they're anxious to get on the court with both those teams, especially coming off of a difficult loss to St. Leo, where, again, we were a little short-handed, so the rotations were new. The Lady Saints led for over 33 minutes of the game. St. Leo led for 2 minutes but ended up winning by 3 points. So those losses are tough to swallow. But, again, it's early in the year. If you're going to have a game like that, let it be a learning experience out of the box, and we'll see what happens down in Daytona.
And you didn't have Sherelle, who's an excellent player.
Oh, my goodness. She's the heart and soul of the team offensively. So
and may very well have been the difference in those games.
Exactly. So, in any case, Flagler basketball fans, thanks for your viewing support this evening. And, again, a nice victory for the men. And we look forward to having you view in again for our next home game. Good night, everybody.